Lyme disease, XM generator, grade scanning and spooky pulse, the unexplored incredible resource. Paul's wife caught Lyme disease over 4 years ago. Antibiotics were given too late. A specialist Lyme therapist, homeopath using a BiCom machine, was a great help with lifestyle and supplements, and most importantly, with external stressors like geopathic stress and Emfs. However, his wife's Lyme symptoms got worse, so after 14 months of treatment, they bought Spooky. Lyme disease was getting into his wife's eyes, brain, and neurology, and at that time, Paul thought spending months of doing Detox was absolutely stupid. Paul was a techno-idiot and a slow learner, and was bamboozled by the Lyme and Morgellons Protocol. Remote did not seem to work, and the protocol made no practical sense. Treating hundreds of co-infections and frequencies when only a fraction will be relevant seemed absolutely crazy. He soon realized that it was possible to grade scan each of the co-infection treatments in the ML protocol, starting with number 20. Simply tick grade program and click scan. He realized too that grade scanning for the active Lyme strains and co-infections was the only way to stop Lyme from further devastating his wife's body and mind. After 2 months, her eye problems and floaters disappeared, but her arthritic hands got worse, so she could not dress herself, and she had to wear splints on her arms at night to lessen the pain. Strange wells appeared on her body, and her legs and ankles were red, swollen, and sore. The symptoms seemed to be worse, but grade scans showed that the Lyme co-infections were being killed. Paul was confused and worried. Then, 6 to 7 months of using one XM generator and contact treatment, 3 hours in the evening, her hands were back to normal and she was in remission, big time, from Lyme. She got her life back again. But Lyme still appeared in scans. Paul and his wife continued month after month with small improvements, but her legs were still a bit stiff and the wells, cysts, lumps, rashes and bumps seemed to worsen. They realized that the ML protocol lacked approx 20 key frequencies and Lyme variants, such as Lyme Dugs, Lyme Invita, Lyme WCA, etc. So they collated a long comprehensive list from the database of Lyme co-infections and cofactors. The grade scan took approx 1 hour, but they had been experimenting with reducing samples in steps to 5, then 4, and then 3, with no loss of accuracy. So they split the list of frequencies in 2, and grade scanned 1 half each night. Each half of the comprehensive Lyme list took about 15 minutes to grade scan. After a few months, any remaining dormant or latent Lyme had gone, and Paul's wife's body had returned to normal, with no serious residual damage or issues. So, after 23 to 24 months of Spooky, Lyme seemed to be eradicated. They had setbacks when switching to Gen X scanning. It did not work for them. Neither did Spooky Pulse on any current software. We still use August 2017 software. Remote also did not work for them, or perhaps was too slow. But now there is no Lyme appearing in scans. Paul's wife is fully back to normal. Most importantly, they stopped Lyme doing permanent damage to her heart and other organs. So, Spooky for Paul and his wife has been a blessing and a huge success. His wife's health and energy levels are now better than ever. They used strong killing waveforms, like Square H-bomb, plus Holland 11, and 0.2% feathering, IND or Inv sawtooth, Holland 11, and a spike, plus 0.02%. Some strains took months to eradicate, like Olicula champhensis and Bartonella henseli, which kept coming up in our scans. Another reason why the ML protocol does not work is that not every co-infection or strain is equal. Some need special measures and months of treatment, and they believe that these incredibly stubborn strains are the mainstay or scaffolding of Lyme. Their former Lyme therapist said she was more concerned about Paul's health, parasitic infestations, EBV, dodgy gums, dangerous viruses, and early warnings of degenerative disease and cancer on a BiCom machine. She turned out to be 100% right. Paul and his wife upgraded and eventually bought all the spooky devices, but all their successes were on the XM Gens and Spooky Pulse.